Former Goldman Sachs Raoul Pal has decided to go all in on Ethereum. Now, historically, Raoul has always advised against using leverage, as crypto is risky enough without setting yourself up for things like margin calls. However, he has recently decided that now is the time to maximize his Ethereum position. And as of right now, out of all the money he has to invest, he's allocated around 85% to Ethereum, as he calls it the largest personal position of his lifetime. So we're going to find out what's going on and got some great things to cover, and we'll be looking at why Raoul Pal is so bullish on Ethereum, what is he seeing that others do not. Then moving on to leverage, there are a few ways to get leverage with investing, and we'll find out which avenue he's decided to take and why. Some people are now calling Raoul the Michael Saylor of Ethereum, so basically that is becoming a bit of an Ethereum maximalist, and we'll find out his response. And then we'll finish up with Raoul's well known for being a top macro investor, which basically means he keeps an eye on all the big things going on in stocks and bonds and currencies and real estate. And he was asked, out of all the big macro plays right now, which one is the biggest opportunity? As always, if you do enjoy anything in the video, then drop a like, always appreciated. Okay, so it's no secret that Raoul's been a big fan of Ethereum for a while, but it was only last week that he decided to go almost all in and max out his Ethereum position. So the question is, why? What is he seeing that others are not? Ready? Let's do this.
The cash generated in the Ethereum ecosystem is like 100x the rest of the entire space combined. Something of that magnitude. There is a gigantic growth in the network, unlike any other space of this magnitude. That network has more use cases than almost any other network. Well, it's by far in crypto, but most networks in the world. It has a restricted supply because of the burning of ETH from the gas fees. Everybody is staking their tokens for ETH 2.0, so you've taken loads off the exchange. Then there are hundreds of billions locked up in, or about 100 billion locked up in DeFi, NFTs, and all of that. That actually leaves a free float of Ethereum of about 11%. 11% is all the available Ethereum that you could buy if you went into the marketplace. And we've got that demand shock going on in front of our eyes. Bitcoin has nothing like that going on. Yes, there is a supply shock. Yes, there's a bit of a demand shock, but it just doesn't have the network intensity that Ethereum does. And the same is happening to things like Solana and Terra and others at an earlier stage. So they're smaller networks and they're starting to get exponential growth. So they do well too. But yes, I'm probably now, I don't even know anymore because I bought some options as well, as I said in my tweet last night. I'm probably 85% Ethereum.
85% Ethereum in your asset allocation.
Probably because of, as I said, probably because I bought a bunch of options. I'm was about 5% Bitcoin, and then a bunch of volts. But I don't know yet. I think it's because I added the options, it's kind of skews the numbers. If I'm just looking at the pure spot, it's probably 75% Ethereum, 5% Bitcoin, and 20% others.
So he decided to get his leverage from call options. And here is the bombshell that he dropped on Twitter last week. Just so we are clear, I am more than irresponsibly long ETH right now. I have leveraged via call options, and this is by far and away my biggest personal position of my entire life, by a factor of 10 or more. And his time horizon is 6 to 9 months. Biggest personal position of his life by a factor of 10? Nice. And for any beginners, what's the idea behind call options? Well, take a look.
call option buying is basically a way to get leverage to the upside without risking unlimited losses, which things like futures contracts have. What it does is you risk the premium you put in, and you're basically taking a bet on the magnitude of the move and the time taken for the move.
Yeah. And not available to US persons, I believe, right now on Deribit.
No, LedgerX you are. But generally, I mean, options, you've got them on Robinhood and people have used them a lot. Generally, they tend to be more for experts because it's not just price. It's time and price and volatility. It's actually not an easy thing to get right. But for some reason, people obviously liked the idea that I had, and there was quite a lot of volume.
So essentially with call options, you're betting that the future price will be higher. It's just a contract that gives you the right to buy the asset at the set future price. And if it doesn't do what you thought it was going to do, then you lose the money that you've put down, the premium. Now, for anyone who's been following Raoul for a while, you'll know he's a big fan of Ethereum. But is he becoming a bit of an Ethereum maximalist? A maxi is basically a person who thinks Ethereum is the only investment in the world worth investing in and nothing else exists. Well, let's find out.
I'm not an Ethereum maximalist. This is the facts, right? It may be 6 months' time, I'll be talking about something else. I'm not an Ethereum maximalist. I am investing based on the facts that I see them, the research that I've done, and the risk reward that I can ascertain from it.
So, not an Ethereum maximalist. No ETH maxis here. Okay, to finish up, Raoul Pal is well known for being a top macro investor, which basically just means that he keeps an eye on everything going on in all the major asset classes. So stocks, bonds, commodities, real estate, currencies, etc. And he was asked the question, out of all the big macro plays right now, which one is the biggest opportunity? Check it out.
Shouting and screaming that the biggest macro trade in all history is underway. It's crypto. Macro is crypto. See my interview with Dan Tapiero. He's the same thing. He goes, I don't care about the bond market moving 1% up or down when crypto is doing, well, Ethereum's up 500% this year. And somebody says, what's the macro play? This is the macro play, whether you like it or not. So is there a macro spill on? Well, we've just come out of a recession, so the probability of a macro downside event outside of a VAR shot, limited. I've talked about the growth. Will growth slow? Great. Bond yields drift back down to 50 basis points. I can't get excited. I just can't get excited. When you've got the exponential age and crypto, where the risk reward is so gigantically, preposterously skewed, nothing else makes sense to invest in. 2 years ago, the volume in crypto markets was 4 trillion. Last year, it was 20 trillion. This year, it's going to be 60 trillion. That's exponential. It's gone from 4 trillion to 60 trillion in 2 years. This is ludicrous. And I keep talking about this pace of adoption, but people don't get it yet.
Former Goldman Sachs exec Raoul Pal is well known for being a big fan of Ethereum. However, he's just maxed out his allocation. He's just created the biggest personal position of his life by a factor of 10 with the use of call options. When it comes to all the different investment opportunities in the macro world, he is screaming from the rooftops that the biggest macro trade of the century is happening right now, and it's in crypto. Crypto transaction volume in the last couple of years has gone from 4 trillion to 20 trillion, and this year will be hitting close to 60 trillion. And this is also why this channel, Investing Made Simple, is just focusing on crypto right now. We are all going through one of the biggest technological advancements in human history. And I agree that crypto is going to be taking the lion's share over the next few years. So there you are, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Now, I thought I was bullish on Ethereum, but Raoul has just taken things to the next level. For now, just to say, if you did enjoy anything in the video, then drop a like, and a big thank you to everyone who does. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, then click below and join us. Got some great videos coming up that you don't want to miss. Okay, cheers guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.